With interest rates so high, is mortgage fraud moving in?
Income he can make.
We're undercover, hearing the pitch.
They will do some documentation showing that you guys are making more, and they'll get you qualified.
Real estate agents telling home buyers to fake what they make and what they can afford.
There's nothing gray area about it. It is absolutely fraud.
They're breaking the law. Do you think you have a problem?
You can't afford to miss your marketplace. We're taking you inside mortgage fraud where it starts.
Income is not issue because income he can make.
As interest rates skyrocket, more people are being pushed towards fraud to get a loan.
They will make T4. They will make like he's on the payroll.
Marketplace is undercover catching real estate agents offering fake tax and other documents to prove fake salaries.
If you are making $0, even if you are a housewife, we can make the income.
If these deals go through, agents will make thousands, but buyers could be in jeopardy. Often, new Canadians are the target, like Swati Diwale and Amal Wulunj, who moved from India.
We had that Canadian dream, buy a house, get a car, all the things that you would essentially...
Plan a family.
Yeah, plan a family as well, obviously.
But they have limited credit history.
We were not even sure if you would be eligible to get a mortgage, first of all, right? And so that was our very first thing. We wanted to understand if we would even get one, considering that we are so new to the country.
They reach out on a real estate group chat for help, and in comes a hopeful message. A real estate agent who offers to help with the mortgage too. The agent is with Home Life Miracle Realty. They share their details: good income, decent down payment, credit scores okay. Those numbers should get them a house worth $850,000 max, but the agent assures them he can get them more and helps them make $1 million offer on this home.
Did you get pre-approved for a mortgage before looking
No.
for houses?
No.
Who told you not to get a pre-approval?
Our realtor.
That advice is bad because the bank refuses the mortgage Swati and Amal need. The agent says no problem.
What did the real estate agent tell you about what the mortgage broker could do?
He can do any paperwork and make us qualify for more mortgage. He can help you even if any jugaad is needed in your mortgage.
Jugaad is it's a Hindi word, basically, which means manipulative. We did not want to go that route.
Manipulate a mortgage application? That's fraud, and something we've heard is widespread. Time for us to root out the wrongdoers.
So here's the mic.
Our undercover team is posing as new Canadians purchasing their first home in the GTA.
Like basically you're coming to Canada and you're starting from zero, right? You're starting from scratch.
They're looking at 10 properties listed by agents we're warned may be doing sketchy deals. And a company we keep hearing about, Home Life. Speaking Hindi will help with getting the inside scoop.
Hi, how are you?
Our team tells agents they have the down payment, but
My income is cash, right?
cash means our tester can't prove her income.
That's a problem.
And no way a bank would approve a mortgage to buy this house.
By books, you will not qualify.
The agents know this, and yet
They will do some documentation showing that you guys are making more, and they'll get you qualified.
they're offering fake salary and tax documents to get our couple a mortgage they should not qualify for. Another, speaking in Hindi, even shows off tax documents he's got for another client.
ये अपने टैक्स रिलेटेड सारे जो हैं इनको हम इनकम बना लेते हैं या इनकम हमारे लिए इशू नहीं.
But fakes like that will cost thousands.
That's what they charge 1% of the mortgage.
So they charge 1%
of the mortgage.
In total, 6 of the 10 real estate agents openly offer to break the law for a fee.
That's why I wanted to meet in person, because a lot of things cannot be discussed over the phone.
And they'd profit as much as 65 grand commission for them, between 5 and 15 for the mortgage agent, and those fake documents, a bonus 10,000. Mortgage agent Sanjit Mand worries how prevalent this fraud has become.
Wow. Right off the bat. I mean, he's offering to make documentation for these individuals and telling them that, hey, it doesn't matter if you have zero income or a job or not. There's nothing gray area about it. It is absolutely fraud.
It is also a criminal offense. Banned under real estate and mortgage laws, the agent could be jailed or fined for pushing it.
Yeah, I think we need to get these people out of this business.
What does that kind of behavior do to you?
It shoots our credibility. I mean, anytime you talk to someone, it's like, oh, can you make me documents? I need to get this property, but I don't have enough income. No thanks.
Sanjit is not the only one sounding the alarm. In Calgary, Alberta, they're finding fraud too. Lender True North Mortgage is serious about stopping sophisticated cheats.
So you see this 6 letters of employments, 3 from each company.
Director of Operations Chirag Mehta has a keen eye for spotting fraud.
The letter of employment that I showed you also has a T4.
But none of this is real.
The company doesn't even exist.
Yet there's even a phone number where a real person confirms fake employment at a fake company with a website and all.
If you look at these letters, clearly they're all made by the same person, okay? And these T4s are kind of made by the same person. So there's probably an entity, an organization that's doing this for clients.
Dan Eisner is the founder of True North Mortgage.
You called the employer. Do other lenders do that?
No, we're a little more aggressive on that front.
Why don't they?
Well, I guess it's they look at their portfolio and then say, okay, well, maybe some percentage is fraudulent. They're okay with that. I can only guess. Lenders could always do more to verify an application, but at some point, that is a cost that the bank has to bear. And if that cost is significant, all Canadians will be paying higher interest rates.
What could have happened if these mortgages had gone ahead?
If housing prices fall, these are people who are most likely to default on their mortgages, and that could put downward pressure on the housing market.
This fraud affects us all, creating a potentially unfair market by increasing the number of buyers, but also risking more defaults and panic sales. In our hidden camera tests, some real estate agents do warn what could go wrong.
At the end of the day, I don't want your first experience to be the worst experience.
Exactly.
Watch out for those people, because if it doesn't happen, they still took your money.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're gone.
They're not the only ones playing by the rules.
Hi, I saw your ad. Do you have some time to talk?
We cold call 25 mortgage agents in 5 hot markets across Canada and ask for counterfeit documents.
Let's take a listen.
You wanna go to jail for me?
Yeah, no.
So why would I do this for you?
Wow.
He hung up right after.
This is a guy who's not going to be making fake documents for you.
Many won't deal in fakes, but others do.
In Surrey, is some mortgage brokers who make fake papers for you.
1 in 5 say yes, but the language can be coded.
So I said, do you charge anything for this salt and pepper thing? And he said, absolutely, I do. My team will ask for about $3,000. He himself will get 1%.
I hear the word creative tossed around a lot. Salt and pepper is a new one for me.
People may wonder if this is only happening in the South Asian community. What do you say to that?
I would say it's absolutely not only happening in this community. It's happening across the board.
Swati and Amal believe their agent's plan was to use fakes all along.
Were you ever tempted to go down the manipulative path?
No. That we are very clear on.
But now they're in a binding agreement to buy this home, and without the fakes, they can't.
What happens if it doesn't go through?
We will lose our deposit.
And on top of that, given the current market, we might have to pay even more than that.
You mean you would have to make up the difference if the house has gone down in value?
Yeah.
What do you think about when you tell family about what's happening here?
To be very frank, we haven't told them.
Why?
We want them to enjoy their, remaining retired life. And if we end up borrowing all their money or taking the money to, make up for this, I don't know how they would be able to survive.
It will be guilt for us for rest of our life.
While Swati and Amal look for a way out, we're heading to Brampton, where another newcomer couple is facing off against fraud.
Yes, this is it.
Chris and Bibi left Guyana for a better life with their 2 sons. They find this $1.3 million home. Their real estate agent, again from Home Life Miracle, tells them to use his mortgage agent.
He did say to us that he can get us a loan between $800,000 to $1 million.
They put down a hefty $100,000 deposit, but just before the deal closes, their mortgage is denied. Sanjeet says a last-minute collapse is sometimes a sign of a broker on the take.
There are also insidious brokers that want to push you into a private and say, hey, funding fell through, we got to go to a private. Don't worry though, I'm the hero, I got you the money, right? I've had people that are going to privates and they're paying $50,000, $60,000 in fees.
So there's actually more profit.
Oh yeah.
Sure enough, Chris and Bibi's agent steers them to a private mortgage from a surprising source.
On the day of the closing, friends of the real estate agent saying they'll lend you the money?
That's correct.
It's $1 million loan to bridge them until a new bank mortgage can be arranged.
At 7 o'clock in the evening, we are signing the contracts for the mortgage in the realtor's office.
The interest on that loan? $20,000.
None of this scenario sounds okay. What sounds like the individuals seeking the financing are being fed everything by one person, whether that's the broker or the realtor, and everything's connected.
Jennifer Fidian Green investigates financial crime and has tracked illicit money flow for the RCMP.
Income is not issue because income we can make.
So that's not okay. I think we've got to get at this and get it out of the system, and we got to clean it up. We got to clean it up.
If you're not the one who's just providing the documents, but saying, here's the guy who does, and I'll be the one who brings them to you, if you're facilitating that, can you wash your hands?
No, it's illegal. That's criminal activity. The impact of this crime is really, in my experience, being felt by the individual families that are involved. And it changes their lives, right? And negatively.
For Chris and Bibi, the stress alone has been life-changing.
I was telling my husband, I just feel like going back home because I'm so tired of the stress I'm living this life. Our home life is shut, our family life is shut. Our boys are really feeling it.
They have been denied a bank mortgage once and need one now, or they risk losing their $100,000 deposit. That's when they get a surprise call from a mortgage specialist who works at Scotiabank.
She indicated that she was given my contact information by the realtor, and she would be able to get us the loan through Scotia. And she requested a whole lot of documentation.
Did she ask for anything else?
Oh, yeah, certainly. She requested $5,000.
What? Hold on. She, what?
To
prepare profiles
for us so that we can get the mortgage through the bank.
Profiles with real company names, though no real connection to Chris and Bibi.
And Chris, I'll read yours. It says you are the operations manager employed full-time at Hardwood Giant.
Yes.
Is that what you do for a living?
I have never been the operations manager for Hardwood Giant.
Bibi, you are employed full-time at KK Tax Advisory.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like a stranger, but it's with your name.
Yes, it is.
It's a fake profile.
It is.
They alert the bank. What happens next, with no explanation from Scotia, leaves them feeling like criminals.
We got letters saying that we need to come into Scotiabank and close our accounts ASAP.
Immediately, yes.
You know, I don't think a lot of people appreciate this because being debanked, having your banking services removed is a big deal.
It is a big deal. I was so frustrated. I was trying to figure out what is going on because back home we have never gotten into any problems with the law.
Do you believe the Scotiabank mortgage specialist was the one who created these profiles?
Most certainly. In hindsight, yes.
How did fakes end up on the system of Canada's third largest bank?
You get the bank rate, you will get everything from the bank.
And we go searching for answers from the top boss.
They're breaking the law. Do you think you have a problem?
We do not even promote this kind of practice.
This is your marketplace.
Hi, how are you?
We've uncovered real estate agents offering to create fake salaries and fake tax forms.
Yeah, they will do some documentation showing that you guys are making more.
6 out of 10 have already told our undercover team they'll help get them a mortgage they don't qualify for. It's illegal. But now we're learning the crime has connections inside Canada's biggest banks.
You will get the bank rate, you will get everything from the bank.
पहली बार नहीं किया कर रहे राइट वो उनके बैंकों में डायरेक्ट जुगाड़ आता है अंडरराइटर करके जुगाड़ होता है.
Should that be happening?
Absolutely not. If he's really saying, I have some underwriters involved, then that's concerning.
Chris and Bibi found fake profiles on their Scotiabank account, created, they believe, by a Scotiabank employee who charged them $5,000. When we asked Scotia about their case, the bank compensates them for that questionable charge and tells us the employee is now gone and that they take all allegations of fraud seriously.
Carl, David.
Nice to meet you.
Really good to meet you.
At Canada's biggest credit bureau, top fraud preventer Carl Davies says they're flagging potential fraud all the time.
It's huge. In the mortgage industry, 67% of the applications that we find or are tagged by our members as fraudulent are actually related to that kind of misrepresentation.
A figure that amounts to at least 16,000 potentially fraudulent applications every month.
What's the downside to an individual who applies for something and there's fraud involved?
If you get caught as accomplice to that fraud, it's actually risk of prosecution. It is illegal. Fraud, no matter what, is illegal in Canada.
Will you ever get another mortgage again?
If you have a prosecution, typically what will happen is that will get reported in various places, and those places lenders will check. And so, yeah, you absolutely run the risk of not being, qualified for a mortgage, potentially other financial products too.
Yes, no problem. If you're paying everything, nobody will ask you.
But most agents on hidden camera say they're not worried, and we shouldn't be either.
I am doing real estate 10 years. It never happened.
Remember Home Life Miracle? That last agent works there.
Never ever bust. Never ever.
So does this guy. And this guy.
That's how 90% of the people are getting homes these days.
Chris and Bibi's agent works there too, so does Swati and Amal's. The broker of record behind Home Life Miracle is Ajay Shah. He owns 6 branches around the GTA and has legal responsibility for the 3,000 real estate agents working under his supervision. Chris and Bibi ask Mr. Shah for help.
Never received a call back from him. Never.
We feel that we have been cheated.
Swati and Amal say they're brushed off too. Now we're giving him a call to let him know what we uncovered.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Shaw. It's David Common calling from CBC Marketplace. We have actually documented agents who are part of your brokerage offering to facilitate mortgage fraud. Is that something that concerns you?
Well, it definitely concerns me, but 2-3 incidents is not even representing 1% or 0.5% of the business what we do.
Well, they're breaking the law. Do you think you have a problem?
Of course, if somebody doing that part without my knowledge, nothing I can do, but we do not encourage or we do not even promote this kind of practice.
What will you do if you find it?
I take action, of course.
We try to reach those we caught facilitating fraud on camera. Some say they've done nothing wrong, others don't respond.
We'd like to come to you and show you this video.
Well, let me talk to my lawyers and then I can advise you on that one. Maximum, the thing I can do, I can fire them. Because I am not the authority to take his license away from me. That's the only RICO can do.
Ajay Shah never agrees to meet in person to see his agents we caught on camera. So we turn to RECO, the Real Estate Council of Ontario, which regulates agents. When Swati and Amal complained there, RECO says there isn't enough evidence their agent did anything wrong. As for Chris and Phoebe,
they say they're going to get back to us within 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months?
The regulator is based here, but they won't talk to us on camera. So we asked them plainly why they don't do spot checks on agents like we've done. They don't answer that question, but do say if there is evidence of wrongdoing, they will investigate, and say they have disciplined 7 agents over 5 years connected to mortgage fraud.
financial crimes investigator Jennifer Fidian-Green says regulators aren't doing enough.
Because what's happening by these fraudsters is it's not happening at a slow pace, right? And so we need our people on the front lines to be alert and agile so that we can respond.
Until regulators step up, buyers like Swati and Amal can only hope others don't suffer. They're living now in a friend's basement after walking away from their $40,000 deposit.
That was a huge amount for us to lose,
It was that hard-earned money.
They could still be on the hook for the $300,000 in value lost when the house resold.
We are also mentally preparing ourselves if we have to go back.
They may have no choice but to return to India.
It's been tough. It's been really tough.
Marketplace will be right back.